So I'll start over, I guess. I'll turn that off, turn this off. Come on. There. Okay, so I've started up, turned on the recorder, and now we're going to set the inputs. And we're going to use this for right now, these two mics. So we'll press on the L or the R to arm these mics. So now they're armed, and we're actually even seeing the signal bouncing here. We'll push on the record button. When we're ready to go. We can see the levels are bouncing here. We could adjust that to make it even a little bit louder, more sensitive by turning on the gain. You don't really want to put the gain all the way to 10 if you can help it. You would really like to be closer around 7 or 8 or 6, somewhere in there. Gives you the best quality recording. If you start pushing the gain too high, it can actually introduce noise. But when you're ready to go, you can press the record button, and when you see that number advancing, you know you're recording. You can actually be confused, and you think that you're recording, and I have done this. I've got it all set up, everything looks right, and then I start shooting my video, and I look later, I didn't record anything. So you have to double check it every time. Press to start record, and you gotta check, and now you are recording. Okay. And so you're not gonna make a mistake. And that's why this is saying here, blinking. If there are no numbers running, if I hit pause, now the red light is blinking. It's in record mode, but you see the numbers aren't moving? That means you're not recording, so you gotta get off of pause, and now you're recording. It seems pretty simple and pretty dumb that I'm saying this, but you're going to kick yourself and say, I didn't check, it's not recording. It's like you forgot to turn on the mic. This is even worse because you do a whole interview and you don't have any sound recorded. That's another thing. That's like, oh, by the way, there was a little bit of a mistake. You don't tell them that you screwed up. Can we reschedule to do your interview again tomorrow? So, I mean, you with some chai, you could screw up, and then you could say, oh, next week we'll do the interview because he's here with you. But if you're traveling to Myanmar and you do this and you shoot and you mess up, you're done. You don't have a second chance usually. So I guess I'm belaboring the point, mainly because it's so critical and it's so easy to make that kind of mistake. So I'm going to turn this off. We don't need it on right now, so I'll turn it back off. Okay, so that's solid red, numbers running, you're recording. Just a visual on that. We talked about the peak levels. What are they? Where do you want to try to adjust it?
6 to 12.
-6 to -12. That's sort of the average where you want it to be hitting. The reason for that is if you go lower than -12, the signal is so low that it's hard to have it clean. So if you raise it up, you're going to hear noise. That's why you want to get it recorded. But if you go beyond -6, there's a chance that they'll get real excited and they'll speak, and it'll peak over the top and it'll be distorted. And then you can't use that either. So that's why that's a great starting point to set your levels, and then you can actually record. Yeah. Okay, let's go. So, interviews. This is not narrated, or this is not dramatic storytelling. It's out of a conversation. You're pulling pieces of sound bites that will tell the story. When you ask questions, you do not ever want to ask a yes or no question. Do you like living here in Thailand? What's your answer going to be?
Yep. Next question.
That's really cool. I'm going to cut in there. Yep. So and you're going to catch yourself because it's so easy for us to do. You just whenever you ask a question, never a yes no. Questions that I give or you give are not going to be part of the video. So it's not truly an interview anyways.
Right.
If it's a true interview, then we would shoot both persons. We have audio for the interviewer and for the interviewer as well. So they're going to be cut. And then you want them to tell you their story, tell me your story. Now, generally, I don't actually ask people to tell me your testimony because that's sort of, don't take this wrong, but that's sort of like the Christian church thing to do. We're going to have you stand up front and give your testimony. You know, that's great, but that's not. Hey, we'll start over. Actually, we'll start all the way over. So now we have, over here, we have all of your bins set up. You have audio, you have your music, sound effect, you have your video. So we want to now sync our interview video shots to our good audio. So we're gonna go over to video, and we see on the interview, so we're gonna open that up, and those are the shots we want, so we're gonna, can you stop it? Ready? Sorry. Okay, now we're gonna actually do what I was saying before. We're gonna drag in the video clips into the timeline so we can sync up with the good audio. So I'm gonna select them. They're selected, so I'm gonna click and drag them right into the timeline like this, and I'm just gonna let go and drop them in. They're in. This is gonna, I'm gonna move these for right now just so they're out of the way. And okay, so now I'm going to drag in the audio. I'll just close up the video for now. We don't need any more of the video, so we can see here the audio files, and these are the audio sync. So we actually have one that we're going to use right now. We're going to drag it underneath right there. So now we've got the video with the reference audio, and we have the good audio in the track. We're going to...
Oh, no, not yet. Here, let me go pin.
Below, so I'm going to click and drag. So now I've selected them. You can see they're highlighted. Now we're going to go up to clip at the top here, and we're going to go all the way down to sync. We want to sync these files so it's synchronized. I'll click there, and now I have to set to look at the audio files, track 1. So we're going to hit OK. So now it's reading it, and it's going to try to sync up the good audio with the reference audio inside the video.
Nice. So much nicer than what kids scream.
Well, I mean, they had their class, but man,
It's
can't even think.
And they're screaming, ah! And they're stretching each other, like stretching each other a lot and screaming. Okay, there you go.
Okay, so it says like it worked. Let's render in to out, because you see it's yellow. Let's just render that. So it'll play back a little bit nicer. Uh-oh. Can't be an hour long.
Oh, wow.
If it's going to be an hour, I'm not going to let it go. You can see it's going to take a long time, so we'll just cancel out of that. And we'll just see if we can get it to work here and see if it's actually in sync. Now we're going to command click. No, actually it's shift click. Come on. There we go. What's that all about? We got a notification coming in. Okay, so now we have the good audio clip highlighted with the video, and we're going to go up to clip, and we can come down and we're going to say link. Now we have that clip linked, and it has the good audio on it. See? What? Oh.
Second.
Shall I clap? I thought you were talking to me. Okay, you got that. That's good.
That's good.
So let's move that aside. Let's see. Let's just shrink this down so we can see what we're doing. We'll move it over here. There. So I don't know what this is here. Could be the 60-second, but I don't know what this one is. And then there's another one that's really tiny.
That's so weird.
We're gonna get rid of that. That's nothing. So you want to go back and you want to drop this in, and you want to sync it up. And let's just drag it, run underneath the top of that. And how do you highlight them all? You click and drag down, and now I've selected all of them. Go up to clip, and now I want to sync or synchronize. And we'll see if that's the correct one. We're not sure. We'll find out.
We don't need to add that to it.
No. Nope. So this was the correct file. Let's just see what's on here.
Yeah, it's synced. Yeah, it's the last thing she said.
Yeah, but where's the no audio? I guess it's here, huh? No, we were recording. I'm gonna increase the size here. She's waiting for a minute here, or what? Okay, that's just waiting now, right?
Yeah.
And recording the sound from the field, right? The C, that's a command to change it in. Right now we have a cursor. See the cursor?
Right.
The arrow. And so now I'm going to hit C, and I'm going to turn it into a cut. It's like a way of cutting. So I'm going to actually drag it to there and click. And then I'm going to actually hit V now. And that's going to take me back to my cursor, and then I can move this over. What? Come on. Try that again. Cut. Right to there. It should cut. And now we're going to hit V for video, and it's not working. I'll try hit blade. No, it's not working either. It's cut. What's going on? Do we not have these linked? It's like they're not linked now. Interesting. Okay, so when I clicked here, it actually brings that up. It shows that it's linked. So I'm going to unlink it, like we had done already. You know how to do that, unlink. So now I'm going to select these two and link them. There. Okay, so now we've got that. Click. We can just drag that over. And that actually goes back here. So we want to somehow link these here. Synchronize. Okay, now it's synchronized, and we're going to just zoom in on the timeline, and we're going to get rid of this. I'll let you do that.